Hello, I'm Vinny, the host of the show. Welcome to Pretty Good Cooking with the Dog. Sorry to do you like that, Vinny. Hi, I'm Phil. Welcome to Pretty Good Cooking.
Pretty good.
Tonight on the show, I'm going to teach you how to make a Japanese curry. This picture of Japanese curry. All the curries in the world. Well, maybe we shouldn't start off with me shitting on this dish. There's a lot of curries out there. You know, you got your Indian curry, you got like your Thai curry, African curries. Japanese curry on the bottom of my tier list. Least favorite curry, I'm just gonna come out and say it. But I'm hoping that by going through the exercise of making it myself, maybe I will gain a greater appreciation for it. And also I've been watching lots of like YouTube shows like Cooking with Dog, and they make food look nice. So hopefully I can make nice food too. Today I worked really hard at work, and typically when, cause we film after I work, typically I try to like calm down, you know, like let the work get off me. Which is why you typically see me like dressed in pajamas and looking like a degenerate. But today I worked so hard I couldn't come down. And also I pushed my brain so hard that it's like no longer responding to most of my commands. So I had an afternoon coffee, which I almost never have. And then I drank a yerba mate maybe like 30 minutes ago. It's not working. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. Okay, we're gonna try hard. We're gonna not cut corners today. Most people, when they're making Japanese curry, they use curry cubes. They look like this, and they just kind of like cook those down, maybe put in some vegetables, and it's like a convenience meal, right? But no, we're gonna make our own. We're gonna make our own curry roux. No cubes here. Everything from scratch. All right, so we got to make the roux, the curry roux. Also, I am drinking this beer. We skipped that step when I opened it, but there it is. It's a beer. It's a Sapporo, a fine American beer. Canadian.
You know what's not a fine American beer?
Okay, this is a PSA, all right? Blake's Hard Cider, Great Blake's Coffee Infused Hard Cider. John, the cameraman, paid for this beer. This is the single worst thing in a can I have ever had in my entire life. It smells like vomit. It tastes like vomit. For the love of God, do not buy this or consume it. And if someone tries to give it to you for free, run away.
It's not an exaggeration.
This is not hyperbole.
You know how you drink just like way too much, and you're like 20 years old and you puke all night, and then you wake up with that taste in your mouth? It's in a can. You can buy it, but don't.
I honestly cannot fathom how human beings made the decision to put that in a can and sell it. Because someone somewhere was like, I've got a great idea, and then they like paid money to produce
and
it.
other people went along with it.
Yeah, every step of the way. This is 6 tablespoons of butter. We're gonna melt that in a pot. This pot in particular, over low heat until it melts. And meanwhile, we're gonna measure out 8 tablespoons of flour. I feel like when you get up into that range of 8 tablespoons of anything, you probably should be doing some conversions and use a larger device. But for your viewing pleasure, I am going to do 8 tablespoons each. And I am going to measure them out in a black shirt with the spirit of optimism that I won't get it on me. That's 4, that's 5, that's 6, that's 7, and that's 8. To me, that looks like a cup. That's probably what it is. We will be browning the roux and letting it cook down, which opens up some of the aromas and the nutty flavor, or the flavor of nuttiness, as it is known. So we will be roux-ing it up. All right, here's my flour for the roux. I find that it is easiest to make a roux if you put a little bit of flour in at a time. So if you just throw it in all at the same time, then a lot of times it gets lumpy and just awful. And if you're gonna try hard at anything, you should aim to not make the food awful. Generally universal goal, I think most people have. Oh wow, look at that. Okay, so this is not uncommon. You might have a roux that thickens too much. I think I'm gonna add some more butter. I'm gonna move it to the back burner where my heat is considerably lower. Most roux use a 1-to-1 ratio of butter and flour. So I'm gonna put in another 2 tablespoons. It's looking a lot nicer. Look at that. Just look at that. Would you look at that? Okay, so I'm gonna try to get this to a very low heat and just really let that kind of toast. I should see some light bubbling action, and we'll work on that for a while. In the meantime, Kevin, my man, is here to lend a chopping hand.
I've discovered an advanced new chopping technique. Observe. I've actually never done that before in my life.
So for the other carrots, would you mind peeling them first?
I can do that.
And then you could demonstrate the technique you're supposed to. It's a Japanese thing. As it goes through, you're supposed to do an angle cut.
I'm peeling this carrot.
Kevin's peeling the carrot.
I'm chopping this carrot in a way that doesn't make sense to me. You just cut them in this weird shape for some reason. I don't know.
I'm preparing the beef for this curry. One of the things that I found somewhat weird is that you make a beef curry, but you might serve like a fried chicken or pork on top of it. That seems weird to me. The recipe that I'm vaguely following said to use lean stew meat, which this is definitely not lean. So there's that. You want about 2 pounds. You could just buy stew cubes. There's nothing wrong with those. Just what I saw at the store. This looked like the best meat for the buck. I think it's a chuck roast. Chopping it into bite-sized pieces. Kevin's now gonna slice 6 halves of 3 onions into thin pieces. Just look at the concentration.
God damn it!
I think Kevin might be on edge. You shouldn't be there.
He does have a knife.
Very thin. Thin as you can.
Fairly thin.
In my Dutch oven, and some olive oil and some butter. I've got it on like medium heat, and I'm gonna brown the beef. Browning the beef. There's a little roux update. Move it along. You can see it's continuing to thicken, continuing to toast. Very low heat, so no problem. And we'll be back briefly. I'll show you. I'm just gonna brown the meat off. Do you guys know how to brown meat in a pot? Well, why don't you know? You should know by now. You just put it in the pot until it's brown. That's literally it. You're supposed to not overcrowd the pot when you're doing that. Maybe we'll be disciplined enough to do it this time, but I don't know. Probably still crowd it. I'll probably do it in batches and still crowd it. That's probably what I'll do. I'm peeling a potato under the ground. 1 potato. We'll slice that up, and you can soak it if you want, but I don't think that's gonna matter. All right, that's a beef. I did a terrible job chopping. And the lack of sound makes me think, this ain't ready. I'm gonna turn up the heat and wait another second here. Some salt for the beef. I think we can put more beef in. Peeled this knob of ginger part way. I think that's gonna be a fine amount. Getting some more sizzle action here. Snap, crackle, pop. Yeah, I'm gonna do 2 batches. 2 batches of beef. Okay, that's a single layer. There it is.
Will we be back?
I'm not going anywhere.
What's happened to the beef?
I gave it a stir. You can see that it's browning in some places. Wow, most of the part, it's graying. Just like old people's hair. This roux really coming along. Thick, thick, thick. Give this another minute. All right, here's batch of beef number 1, which I think would be an excellent name for like a science experiment. Batch of beef number 1. Batch of beef number 2 will be added, this time with improvements since the pot's actually hot. Maybe it'll turn brown. I feel like this is gonna take a long time. Like we're gonna be filming a long time. Did you know? Second batch of beef done. A little browner than last time. Okay, so we are going to now cook the onions. There's like a lot of them. Okay, there's our beef shits. Gonna put a little more olive oil in there. And then I turned the heat all the way down. Please place the onions into the pot. There they are. Wow, just a little pinch of salt to make the onions cry. Salt in your eye. You're gonna cry while you fry, and then you die in your pot. Okay, we gotta like basically caramelize these. It's gonna take forever. We're never gonna eat. FYI. Don't know if you knew that.
This is mango habanero whiskey. Tastes good, yes.
Kevin thought it was nice.
That's good. I'm happy for him. Here's our roux. See, it's very thick. Very thick. So all we gotta do now is add the spices, give it a little toast, and that'll be ready to go. It's gonna be curry powder, just generic curry powder, and you're gonna want about 2 tablespoons of that. Also add garam masala. I have a fresh pack unopened. There it is. One of those, and one of those. Now, if you want it spicy, this is your opportunity to make it spicy. You got cayenne pepper or something else that's spicy, but I ain't got that, so I'm not gonna do that. But look how great that's incorporating. That's wonderful. That is great and good. Now, I'm unconcerned that this looks like garbage. Specifically because it's a paste, right? If you were buying a block of this shit, it would look like this, pretty much. But it would be, you know, drier, I guess. So there it is. There's your curry paste. Smells like curry. Yeah, looks pretty good. I am relatively satisfied with that, even though it literally looks like stepped in dog shit. I'm stirring the onions. Really gotta cook these down. We might have to add more butter. We'll see. I'm turning up the heat a little bit. Hopefully expedite that process. We still have other things to chop. I have things to drink. This is bourbon. This is Big K. Probably flat. Oh yeah. Alright, so you need some mushrooms. Those can just be thin slices. You don't have to make them razor thin. They're criminal mushrooms, but any kind will do.
Wait, how do you say do this? You want them thin?
No, not that thin.
Good.
I'm gonna grate the ginger. Here's our knob. This is specifically a tool designed for grating ginger, which I just have a real dickens of a time using every time. That looks pretty good to me. It worked better today than it does most days. And you can either mince or also grind the garlic. So ginger. The main thing I'm worried about is this grinding my own fingers off. Not the worst. We'll just have some chunks of garlic in there too. So there's definitely garlic paste in there. Feels awful on the hands. Okay, there's our ginger and garlic. And you can already see the onions have reduced in volume considerably, which is good. Keep those working. So really the last thing to do, prepping produce-wise, would be the apple.
What's going on with this potato?
Oh, I forgot about the potato.
Is he chopped or he just gonna?
Yeah, it does.
throw
It needs chopped. You could chop it into like. You do with that potato what you want.
Alright, I'll let my Irish ancestry just take over. I'm using this thing called a knife to chop this edible thing called a potato.
Alright, so our onions. Are they Dunions? If you got more time, you could let them go longer and you probably have a better food. But this is already taking too long and we've got a long road ahead. So I'm expediting this. Garlic and ginger is going, and you should avoid creating large chunks of either, like I have clearly done here. Give that a stir. This onion's looking pretty nice. And we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of tomato paste. So you gotta give this a little saute. Just mix it up nicely so it'll get aromatic. Oh, it smells wunderbar. How do you say wonderful in Japanese? Subarashi, Subaru, Shi, drives one. Next up is our beef and wine. Here's that beef and a cup of wine. Probably should have turned the heat up. Incorporate, as you would, not just in any state, but in the pot. There it is. We're gonna let this go maybe 5 minutes. Let some of the alcohol cook out. So far, so good. Doesn't look very appetizing at all right now, but it smells really good. Feel like we're on the path to greatness. I'm just inhaling the alcohol fumes. Got a little bit of a stuffy nose, so it's hard to do. And then after that, we're gonna add the veggies. Okay, here's our fancy carrots. Considerably less fancy potatoes and mushrooms. There they are. Oh, is it all gonna fit? Yes. Okay, so you're making a lot of food. Did you know? You're making a lot of food? Did you know? Did you know? So you should use beef stock. I ain't got time for that. And I feel like, again, there's a lot going on in this dish, so like water ain't gonna do us wrong. And you could always just use your beef bowl, and look at that. You got beef stock. There it is. Beef flavored water. That's what beef stock is, right? Basically, you just want to just cover your vegetables, like so. I'm gonna crank up the heat, do one of my classic tong mixes. And I tell you what, guys, this looks a hell of a lot like beef stew to me. So weird, man. Like, every other Japanese food I ever made, it's been like, let's put something like weird and jiggly in that. Or, can I put fish in this somehow? Or, let's put miso in it. But this is f***ing beef stew, guys. And then we're gonna put curry in it. So that's a thing. Beef stew element. That doesn't seem Japanese to me. Curry roux stuff, that doesn't seem Japanese. So what's the deal? Who made this? Someone give me a history. One of you weebs, give me that anime history of Japanese curry, please.
I'm beating the meat.
She wants to see you beat the meat with your hand.
Have you done this before?
Once or twice.
3 of our classic shitty bay leaves. One day I'll use all of these. I'm tucking them in.
That's how I use bay leaves too. Look, it's dancing.
Alright, continue to cook with the lid slightly ajar. I think you're just cooking for a while. Maybe we should make the rice in the meantime? Or maybe the pork? Maybe we should make the pork. Here I got that fancy rice. Looks nice. You're supposed to soak it?
I'm supposed to chop it.
No. We're gonna make a load of rice to go with this load of curry. We're gonna make 3 motherfucking cups of rice. That is probably on par with the most we ever made. All right, so according to the directions, we gotta mix this with 6 9/4 cups of water, which is equivalent to about 8 cups, which I think that's just what we're gonna do.
6 9/4.
Yeah, that's 2. I'm a little bit skeptical that we need that much liquid, but I guess we'll try it. A lot of times when I have a big amount of rice, I just use the finger method, right? You just need like 1 finger segment above the rice level, and we're already there at 6 cups, so I'm a little concerned. Let's start with that. We'll add more water if we need. I don't think we need 6 9/4. I'm not an expert or anything. That's one of those weird things with rice. When you make more, you need less water. How does that work? I don't know. Probably magnets. This is a bad pot for rice because the lid, I have to like jam onto the pot. Okay, you bitch curry. Potatoes are starting to cook. That's a good sign. Keep rolling. Keep it rolling. We will be back.
Will we?
Okay, check it out. There's our curry roux. Vegetables are tender. Presumably most things in this are tender. You are not supposed to do it in the way that I'm doing it right now. Okay? You're supposed to like dissolve it and let it fold in. But we ain't got time for that. We're just going in and we're getting thick. Like your mama. And Joe Papa too. But you can already see a little bit of roux shits. Look at that. Wow. You think it should be thicker? John?
Yeah, put it all in.
No, that's too much. Got a little bit more. Thicker. Is quicker. Not. But you can see, look at that. Wow. That thing up real quick. Okay, there it is. Smells like curry. We're now entering the flavor zone. Okay, I think that's a good thickness. Good thickness. That's all I care about is good thickness. Okay, so here we are. We got that thick curry. Looks great. We gotta add some, what's this here? And some milk. Why is there milk in this? 1 tablespoon. What's this here? There it is. Next up, that whole milk. Whole milk. 2 tablespoons. Alright, look at that. You see that? Look at that. You see that? Look at that. You see that? Look at that. There it is. Boom. Like that. Okay, we're gonna move that to the back burner. Back burner. Low heat. Rice is cooking, look at that. I'm concerned we didn't add enough water. Not that concerned though. Seems fine so far. Alright, let's get them cutlets. We're making our frying stations. And a bigger pan would be better, but here we are. This is Italian panko, and I didn't know it was Italian, but apparently I bought Italian panko crumbs at some point. Ain't that some shit? I got 1 egg. There it is. I got a 2nd egg. Probably don't need it. Alright, a little water. Splash. Beat that egg. Okay. Place it into a shallow vessel, such as this plate. Next up is flour. Or potato starch. I don't know which one. You can get this oil heated in this pan, this very pan. My wife put this flour in this container, and I can't say that I'm supportive of this decision. Not very practical.
Stealing an apple.
Fuji!
Fuji. Oh. Oh.
Flour, bitch. Terrible flour. Unbelievable. Worst flour I've ever seen. Don't forget to salt and pepper your pork. If you give a shit about that kind of thing, you could cut the pork in the fat part, but no, we do not have time for that on this show. Maybe next time on Fine Cooking with John, but this is not that show. Wow, looks terrible. That doesn't look right at all. Nothing adhered. Okay, let's fry it. And next we'll crowd the pan. This is just more ammo for my argument that fried pork does not belong on beef stew.
Why is this happening again?
Because Japan.
I'm grading an apple. Fuji. I'm gonna give it a C+.
The apple?
Yeah, because
Why?
I'm grading it.
You bastard. I can't believe you've done this. Now I'm just frying these pork cutlets. There they are. Oh baby, I fried some pork.
Skedaddle, skedoodle, your dick is now Tonkatsu? Noodle!
I graded an apple. It's a Mount Fuji apple.
E5 food Fuji. And stir. His pork chops are getting shittier by the minute. Yeah! The apple lends its sweetness. Japanese curry is sweeter than most other curries because of the apple. New from Wendy's, nuts. The quintuple pork sandwich, low carb, no bun. There it is. It's from Wendy's. Let's finish this bitch. Here it is. I got one of them pork cutlets. Let's cut it to see if we actually cooked it. Pray to your mom or the gods or whoever you pray to. Look at that. I'm gonna open it up. Perfectly cooked. Didn't f it up. Proud of me. Alright, it starts with the rice. Usually you got the rice in one section of the presentation. This might be in a bowl. A bowl. I made so much rice we could add as much as we want. That's how much I want. A lot of times it's like half rice, half curry. And it's like a gravy boat, if you understand that metaphor. Some people do. Probably 90s kids. Okay? There in your dish is that. Look at that curry. It's like beef stew, but it's been curried. Wow. It's glistening. You see that glisten? That's from the fat. The fatiness. There it is. Curry. There it is. Wow. There it is. Okay? Now that we got our beef and curry, we gotta place that pork katsu just like that. No, be aesthetically pleasing. Okay, and pretty much always and forever, you would serve it with a pickled radish. The Fuji raza or some shit like that. I don't know. Instead, we've got ginger. That's what I got. Is ginger. That's gonna be our radish. Okay, look at that. There it is. That's how you do it. Is that Japanese food? I made this. I'm gonna start with a little rice, a little curry, and there it is. It looks hot. That's probably gonna hurt me. Okay, so it tastes good. I think this tastes really nice, but it just tastes like curry to me. Like, the flavors are so mild. It's just like one mild curry. Okay, that's nice. That's how I feel about this. Here's that pork with a little curry sauce. It tastes like fried pork with a curry sauce. It tastes really good. Don't get me wrong. Like, this is really good. It's just like low excitement. There's just like nothing here that's like, ah, yeah. This is more like, okay, I think this actually tastes really wonderful. Like, this is really, really good, really nice, but it's like one of those things where you're just thoroughly whelmed. You're like, I got something warm and there's spice in there. That's it. Tastes good. It's not like, wow, there's zany flavors. This is like very familiar flavors where you're like, ah, yeah, This is like a warm blanket rather than like I don't know, a jump in a river of sticks or some shit.
What? So it's a comfort food?
Yeah, this is very comforting. This is very wholesome and nice, and really, it tastes great. But there's no wow factor. No wow factor. That's how you do it. This is great, but I just can't imagine being like, yeah, I want to spend 3 hours making that again.
This is great, but I hate it.
No, I don't hate it. I thoroughly enjoy this in an okay manner. This is like people who get excited about white bread. Like, this is the white bread of curries. That's what this is. White bread with mayonnaise and cheese. I'm gonna enjoy eating this, but I gotta tell you, like, there are better curries out there, and it's called all of them. That was the best bite yet. See you next time. This is really good. It's really good, but I just can't get excited about it. You guys will understand when you eat it. You'll be like, this is really good, but you know.
It's good cold winter food. I like it.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
It's really good, but there's nothing exciting about it.